That it is time for Game 2 of the Cropdusters and Senators doubleheader here from First Responders Field. Olney took Game 1 by a 10-4 score, a chance to sweep the two-game set here tonight against Southern Maryland. Ben Gurwitch to my right, I'm Nick King. We're back with you just 25 minutes after the conclusion of the first one. Not a whole lot of time for banter, Ben, so let's jump right into the lineups. Cropdusters, the home team in Game 2, so we'll start with the visiting lineup for the Senators. Batting first, it's the shortstop, Nick Flores. Two-hole, it's center fielder, Adam Troke. Three-spot, Logan Tribble, the left fielder. Cleanup, Stephen Kraus, the designated hitter. Five-spot is Danny Surovic, the third baseman. Six-hole, Carter Groen, the right fielder. Seven-spot, MJ Phillips, the first baseman. Catcher, Jack Gagan, batting eighth, and Dawson Smale, the second baseman, rounding out the lineup. And after I just rapped through that like Kendrick Lamar, Ben, why don't you give us your best Jay-Z impression and give us the Cropdusters lineup?
I don't know if I have much of a Jay-Z impression, but
Yeah, Hove.
yes, you do though. Corey Swanson, who started last game, is still in the game in this one, playing right and batting first after batting last. Andrew Kell, coming off his two-homer game 5 days ago, also won Player of the Week. We'll talk more about that. Is batting second and playing left. Kajan Ahern DHing and batting third. Luke Kiefer batting fourth and playing second. Roan Klein, coming off that home run in Game 1, is playing first. And batting fifth, Will Henson at shortstop for Game 2 and batting sixth. Tyler Cook behind the plate for Game 2 and batting seventh. RJ Cromartie playing third, and it's closed off. Brian Scott in center field.
It's Zach Zabo on the bump for the Cropdusters. Nick Wimberly on the bump for the Senators. And just like that, we got it done, Ben. A speed run. We're going to pause for the national anthem. When we get back,
to home plate, where you'll see the umpire meeting with our two head coaches for the game tonight.
never mind.
We're going to have a little meeting first, and then they're going to do the anthem. A lot of different information and instructions are thrown here. PA and us kind of just go with the flow, and often he's the PA guy. He's always doing what he's told, yet sometimes people have change of hearts and don't necessarily seem to relay that back to him.
We get to go live whenever we want. He's live all the time. He does a fantastic job.
That he does.
Roan Klein, we talked about it towards the end of last game, is awarded the DH spot partially because, or is awarded a second game partially because Kajan Ahern, who was initially slated to play first base, had a little bit of soreness in his throwing arm after pitching a bullpen, so he will be the designated hitter for this contest. Klein back over at first, but a stupendous first game for Roan Klein where he hit his first home run of the season. We both thought Walker Zampella would be the guy to go to after going 4 for 4 with a home run of his own. Instead, it is Klein who's back out on the diamond. Corey Swanson also playing his second game today. He's in right field thanks to this depleted Cropdusters outfielding unit. He's joined by Andrew Kell and Brian Scott.
Everyone's still standing up as they're looking back at us. They're ready for the anthem, but like we said, like we said, you know, we are told one thing, another thing happens, and now it's time.
Now that you're standing, please remove your headgear and direct your attention to right center field.
Now, Ben and I and our entire broadcast will pause for the national anthem.
Special treat tonight, backed by popular demand, playing trumpet to perform our national anthem, Vincent Rolaco.
Okay. Game 2. Cropdusters. This time the home team against the Southern Maryland Senators. For Olney, it's Zach Szabo getting the start. It's his 4th outing, 3rd start of the season. He's tossed 11 innings, has allowed 8 hits, 2 earned runs. He struck out 12, walked just 4, has a 1-1 record to go alongside his 1.63 ERA.
And, Szabo, huge Blue Jays fan. He'll be, happy. They did lose their big streak, but he'll still be in good spirits for that, looking at the standings, seeing them well ahead of the Yankees.
Blue Jays have been absolutely rocking and rolling. We talked to him before Game 1. He was just hoping to be out of here by 10 o'clock so we could go watch the Blue Jays play the Athletics.
Of course he was.
In Sacramento. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. First pitch was initially slated for 7:45. Likely won't come until closer to 8.
But, hey, he's got an ability to affect that. He'll certainly have all the reason to want to have a quick outing today.
63 pitches, 63 strikes, 21 strikeouts. That would be perfect for Szabo. Get him back in time, likely before the sun even sets, to watch his Blue Jays.
But it also requires his team not to hit as well as they've been doing recently.
Which seems more uncharacteristic for this team to put up 3 runs than it is for them to put up 13. If we would have said that in early June, you might have called us crazy, but it's the truth. The Cropdusters have tallied double-digit runs in 5 of their last 8. Top of the first, Game 2 of a doubleheader set between the Southern Maryland Senators and the Olney Cropdusters. Zach Szabo on the bump for Olney, right-handed pitcher, just transferred to North Dakota State. He'll start his outing against the shortstop, Nick Flores. In motion, Szabo heads home. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball up and away, 92 from Szabo. It's 0-1. R.J. Cromartie in on the grass at third. 0-1 from Szabo. Make it 0-2. Another four-seamer laces the outside border of the plate. It's 0-2. Cromartie backs off at third, normal depth for the infield. 0-2 pitch, fly ball right field, drifting back Swanson. Makes the catch, there's one gone.
So who knows if it's related to the Jays or not, but he is bringing it velocity-wise. 92, we used to hit maybe 90, 91, but easy 92 just out the gate.
He's topped out this season at around 92.5 miles an hour. First pitch to Adam Troke shows bunt, fouled back, gets 0-1.
And 93 on that one, as he's really just cooking with gas. I don't know if we have an exact number on that, if it's his new season.
Fastest pitch by a Cropduster all season.
Do we have the exact number? We do not, unfortunately, but better than 92.5 we know.
0-1 rolled over. Kiefer at second makes the play, throw to first, gets away from Klein. Cook backs it up, keeps it from going into the Cropdusters dugout. Adam Troke from the lefty batter's box rolled over a low breaking ball. Luke Kiefer moving to his left, scooped it, but the throw to Ron Klein went wide. Tyler Cook, the catcher, going to first for the backup, just saves the wild throw from going into the Cropdusters bullpen. Would have been an extra base for Troke. Instead, he stands on first. Brings in Logan Tribble, 1 out in the top of the first. Righty-righty matchup between pitcher and batter. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, 93 again from Szabo. It's 0-1.
One of those plays that won't show up in the in the box score, but credit to Tyler Cook, doing that nitty-gritty stuff as a catcher, working hard.
Tribble awaits. Szabo set, kicks, fires. Line drive, right field, down the line. It's going to fall for a base hit. Rounding second is Troke. He's heading to third. Third base coach waving him home. Relay in, not in time. And an RBI double for Logan Tribble puts the Senators up 1-0 early in the top of the first.
Batting the designated hitter number 2 from Binghamton University, Stephen Krause.
And really impressive hitting there. 93-mile-an-hour fastball in the opposite, away, and just the only way you're going to hit that pitch is just going the other way with it. And excellent piece of hitting as, again, he's bringing it, but not all about velocity. Doesn't really totally get that in the corner and able to get hit hard.
Steve Krause stands in. First pitch low and inside. Lefty batter had to do a little Michael Jackson tippy toes to get out of the way of that heater. 1-0 count. Tribble on second. Just one out in the top of the first. Szabo fires inside again. Similar move by Krause. 2-0. Szabo set, heads home, breaking ball upstairs, make it 3-0. Tribble on second after the RBI double. Normal depth for the Cropdusters infield. Szabo already in some trouble. 3-0 pitch. Fastball right at the knees, called strike. Light applause from the crowd. Bigger numbers than we had for game 1.
Yeah, I walked out to, go to the bathroom between games, and the stands did a nice job filling up.
3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Steve Krause draws the 1-out walk. There's now 2 aboard for the Senators. With just 1 out, they already lead 1-0 in the top of the first. Danny Surovic, next man in for Southern Maryland. Another lefty batter for the Senators. Facing the righty Szabo. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. Surovic can't connect, it's 0-1.
Big swing by Surovic, and just power versus power. They're going for it all against the 92-mile-an-hour fastball and just was beat.
Szabo checks on second, now heads home. Breaking ball well upstairs. Cook had to pop up from his squat behind the dish to make that play. No break at all on that pitch from Szabo. Intended to be a curveball, instead just hung high. Evens the count 1-1. Henson, the shortstop, holding. Tribble at second. Normal depth for the rest of the infield. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Another heater. Right by Surovic. He's down 1-2. It's Tribble on second, Krause on first. Danny Surovic in the lefty batter's box. Facing the righty Szabo. 1-0 score in the top of the first. A chance to make it more for Southern Maryland. Surovic, line drive, right center field. It's going to fall for a base hit. It rolls to the wall. Scott cuts it off. 1 run scores. Krause holds at third. It's 2-0 Southern Maryland after the RBI double from Danny Surovic. Senators pouring it on early here in Olney.
The off-speed just not really working. Szabo, of course, doesn't want to be a one-pitch pitcher, but it just seems like he's either not locating or just not getting the movement on that off-speed pitches, as Surovic got one there and was all over it.
Carter Grown, next man in for Southern Maryland. 2 men in scoring position, just 1 out. Szabo fires, first pitch swinging, fouled straight back, 0-1. Again, Southern Maryland hitters having a tough time connecting with that fastball. 92 up in the zone. Grown late and under it. He's down 0-1.
And he's got to keep that high. When it goes low, hitters have the ability to do stuff with it. When he's keeping it upstairs, it's tough to do much with.
Another heater upstairs, fouled straight back by Grown. He's down 0-2. It's Surovic on second, Kraus on third. Senators up 2-0. Carter Grown at the dish. Roan Klein in at first. Normal depth for the other three infielders for the Cropdusters. 0-2 pitch. Upstairs heater. Well out of the zone. Make it 1-2.
And tries to go to the high fastball there, but just way out, 2 up.
Zabo long pause, exhales. Focuses attention, heads home. Breaking ball up and away. 2-2.
And again, that's not where he wants that pitch to be.
Off speed is proven to be difficult for Zabo to locate so far. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carter Grown. Heater well upstairs. Nearly broke the netting of Cook's glove. Full count, 3-2.
Yeah, he's sort of just kind of rearing back and firing, sort of seemingly maybe losing a bit of his mechanics, just trying to overpower and get out of the inning, but it's not how you're going to be successful.
3-2 fastball, skied, shallow left. It's going to be Henson from short who takes it, makes the play. 2 gone, both runners hold. Tribble still on third, Kraus on second. MJ Phillips next man in. Fastball swing and a miss. Right down the middle. Phillips under it. It's 0-1.
And he's able to get that first strike with the fastball. The problem is what happens, when these hitters are seeing it for the second, if not third time. They're smart, good hitters, able to adjust to the velocity.
Zabo set, kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Back-to-back heaters. Phillips just can't connect. He's down 0-2, gets back into the lefty batter's box. Zabo already on the rubber. Takes the signal from Cook, comes set. Heater called, strike 3. Huge punch out for Zach Zabo. But the Senators have already done damage. A pair of runs in the top of the first give Southern Maryland an early lead as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Olney a chance to respond.
Just a reminder, this will be a 7-inning game. So glad you're here for our double feature and Friday Night Lights.
So we can go back to that inning, 2-run score, some maybe conservative base running, keeping Kraus at third on the double by Syracuse. It seems like maybe he had a chance to score, but with 1 out, say, okay, we're going to leave him there, hope that we're going to, find a way to get that runner to score. Next thing you know, pop-up strikeout. Lead stays at 2, which obviously is nice, but maybe some runs on the board that the Cropdusters were able to strand could come back. We saw how they were easily able to come back from a 2-0 deficit in Game 1.
If you're Southern Maryland right now, you have to be playing like you have nothing to lose. This is a team that has been reeling to an undeniable degree over their past 10 games. They're 2-8. They need to be a little more aggressive, in my opinion, when it's not like you're trying to protect a safe lead atop the standings anymore. You're trying to work your way back against the second-place team in the league. You really have nothing to lose. You'll make the postseason, but you have everything to gain right now. Get your team back in a rhythm. It'll be up to Nick Wimberly to hold this Southern Maryland lead at 2. Righty pitcher has started 4 games so far this season. This marks number 5 for the Senators. He's tossed 18 innings, has allowed 10 hits and 7 earned runs. He's walked 7, struck out 23, has a 1-1 record to go alongside his 3.50 ERA.
And maybe it doesn't appear to be the strongest lineup just in terms of numbers, but for these guys, they're aware of what the other half of the lineup is doing, and they say, well, I don't want to get caught in the dust. I want to keep playing when we get to the meaningful baseball. Maybe a bit of a fire lit under some of the guys, but of course, you're still seeing maybe the hottest hitter in the lineup, and he'll bat second.
Andrew Kell will follow Coy Swanson. As we get things underway in the bottom of the first, Southern Maryland up 2-0 on Olney. First pitch from Nick Wimberly, fastball right down the middle, called strike. 92 miles an hour from Nick Wimberly.
So maybe the fastest matchup we've seen, kind of that Mizrowski-Skeens, both guys throwing 100. In this league, both guys throwing over 92, kind of is the same thing.
Make it 93 from Wimberly. Swanson cannot connect. Four-seamer up in the zone. He's down 0-2. Normal depth for the Senators infield. Swanson, lefty batter, awaits the righty Wimberly. 0-2, heater away. 94 miles an hour from Nick Wimberly. We keep climbing. Not used to that sort of speed. The fastest pitch we've seen all season. 1-2 pitch. Swanson awaits. Fastball inside and high. Ricochets off the glove of Gagan into the backstop. Evens the count 2-2. And if you're just comparing frames, Ben, Wimberly's 6 feet flat, 190 pounds. Zabo's 6'3", 6'4", well over 200. And Wimberly is absolutely firing. 2-2. Oh my goodness, what a breaking ball. 18 inches of horizontal break. Nasty slider cuts out to in. And Coy Swanson is down looking.
Yeah, that was gross. 2,700 spin rate on it. Crazy horizontal movement. He's got 23 strikeouts in 18 innings, which is good, but honestly, I'm a little surprised it isn't more. But, man, that's a nasty two-pitch mix.
First pitch to Andrew Kell, called strike, four-seamer inside on the righty. Paints the plate. He's down 0-1.
Ooh.
Fastball drills Kell, 94 on the shoulder. That's a painful way to extend his on-base streak to a baker's dozen. 13 games in a row. Andrew Kell has reached base safely. I'm sure that's not the way he would have liked to have done it. Heater right on the shoulder. 94 from Wimberly brings in Cajun Ahern. Designated hitter for the Cropdusters. He stands in the lefty batter's box. Kell on first. Cropdusters down a pair of runs in the bottom of the first. It's 2-0. One gone. Kell on first. Ahern at the dish. Fastball inside. 1-0.
And I just feel for Kell as, man, that's maybe the fastest pitch that we've seen all year, and it hits you in the shoulder. Just, oh.
He seems okay at first. Back-to-back pitches missed the zone for Wimberly. Ahern up 2-0. Normal defensive alignment for the Senators. Middle infield pinching slightly towards second base. Two-0 count. Fastball called strike. Paints the outside part of the plate. It's 2-1.
If he can locate that fastball up in with upper mid 90s on the outside part of the plate, wow.
2-1, just away. Went back to the heater. Tried to paint the zone. Couldn't locate there. Hitters count to Ahern, 3 balls and a strike. kicks, fires, fastball misses out. Cajun Ahern draws the walk. Back-to-back base runner surrendered by Nick Wimberly. He hit Andrew Kell, who's now on second. Walks Cajun Ahern, who takes over on first. Brings in the second baseman, Luke Kiefer. Righty-righty matchup. Kiefer batting cleanup tonight. Sun beginning to set here in Olney.
It is Friday Night Lights.
First pitch fastball called strike, and all the lights so far have been on the pitchers, especially Wimberly. The velocity, both arms lighting up our radar gun, 94 miles an hour on that heater. And he fires back with another pitch, 94 miles an hour, make it 0-2 to Kiefer. (0-2) count, one away, two men on. Wimberly kicks, fires. Luke Kiefer down looking, didn't even swing the bat. Three fastballs right down the middle, and Kiefer completely overwhelmed at the plate. One of the easiest strikeouts Nick Wimberly will ever have. Two gone.
I mean, the last two were literally right down the middle. And just never thought about taking that bat off the shoulder.
Brings in Roan Klein, first pitch fastball away. It's 1-0. Klein had a fantastic game one. 3 knocks, including a home run. Has 2 ducks aboard. Kell on second, Ahern at first. 1-0 fastball paints the outside corner. Evens at 1-1. Senators up 2-0. Cropdusters pressuring Wimberly. 1-1 pitch. Slider. Breaks low. It's 2-1. And that breaking ball is absolutely wicked. Completely cuts across the plate.
And you just gotta hope it's not gonna be in the zone sometimes. That's just kind of how it is as a hitter. As you got, sometimes you admit, okay, this guy's a stud. I'm gonna do what I can and take the balls when they're there.
Make it 3-1. The only problem with Wimberly so far is that when he gets behind an account, he's had a tough time working through it.
And I mean, that was, yeah, that's a gift. That was a great pitch inside corner, but exactly what, you know, Klein is looking for. Fastball that was in the zone, called the ball.
Klein swings at the upstairs fastball, fouls it off to the left side. Count full, 3-2. 2 outs. Both runners will go on the pitch. Wimberly comes set. Kicks, fires, swing and a miss! Back-to-back strikeouts to end the bottom of the first. Nick Wimberly struts off the bump. His team leads 2-0 as we head to the second.
And Klein extended his zone on that 3-2 pitch outside and swings it. And that's the one thing you can't do against a good pitcher like this. You know, he's got great velocity, but he's not totally in command of the zone. It's hard because coming in fast, you're trying to, you know, protect the plate. But the one thing you can't do is extend your zone and just give someone who's this talented extra strikes.
It's just incredible that teams have found a way to hit off Wimberly. Really, Bethesda, the only team to get him solidly. 5 of his 7 earned runs allowed this season came in a loss against the Big Train on June 29th. His last outing against the Grays on July 5th, he went 6 innings, allowed just 1 hit, no runs, and a 1-0 victory for the Senators.
And the 1 walk in that outing is interesting. So he does have the ability to command the zone. We'll see if he can bounce back after a first inning where he was a little bit struggling to find the zone. And here's Sabo, who, his lack of control, especially on his off speed, was his problem in the first inning. He kind of bounced back, got the last 2 guys out, but work to do if he wants to pitch the way he's been pitching.
Entered this game with a sub-2 ERA. One of the surprise aces for the Cropdusters team, Zach Zabo, a late arrival for Olney. Top of the second, Senators up 2-0 on the Cropdusters. Olney's right-handed pitcher, Zach Zabo, out for his second inning of work. He'll start it against Jack Gagan. 8-hitter for the Senators. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, swing and a miss. 90 upstairs. Gagan chases. He's down 0-1.
And that's where Zabo wants his fastball to be. He's got the good height when he throws from an upstairs angle. If he can keep it high, it's tough to face.
Off speed, rolled over third base. Cromartie, bare hand, throw on the run. Draws Klein off the bag. Throw a little bit to Klein's right. Cannot stretch out and keep his foot on the bag. Infield single for Jack Gagan. Leadoff man aboard for the Senators. Brings up the 9-hitter, Dawson Smale.
And that's one of those things, I don't want to read into it too much, but if you watch that first game, Gagan did not have good speed. He was very wary on the bases, and Cromartie was watching that whole first game happen. He had more time than he, didn't have to barehand it and didn't have to throw it as quick as he did. If he kind of fields that cleanly, throws to first, I think he's got the out. Gagan, not a speedy guy, and we saw that in game 1. Cromartie sort of got his timing wrong there, and it led to a free base runner.
We'll see if it pays off. Smale has squared around to bunt 2 consecutive times, but back-to-back fastballs have missed high for Zach Zabo, so Smale has a 2-0 count. Cromartie in on the grass. Middle infield back for the Cropdusters. Smale takes the heater upstairs. He's up 3-0. It's Gagan on first, nobody out in the top of the second. Senators up 2-0. Zach Zabo comes set. Smale squares around, pulls back, called strike. Laces the inside part of the zone. It's 3-1. Lefty Smale awaits, and well inside. It hit him. Grazed his hand. 90 from Zabo. Got sloppy with mechanics. Let the arm slice across the body.
Yes.
Fastball tailed well inside. First 2 men on for the Senators.
Certainly not as painful as what Andrew Kell had to go through.
Kell wearing a 94-mile-an-hour fastball to the shoulder. Top of the lineup for the Senators, Nick Flores stands in. First pitch, outside, 1-0. We saw in the first inning Zabo losing command of the off-speed. Now he seems to be losing command of Old Faithful, the fastball. 1-0, ground ball. Kiefer at second. Turn to Henson. No throw to first. Force out at second base. Smale is retired. Gagan advances to third. Flores takes over at first. There's runners on the corners with 1 gone for Adam Troke. Zabo comes set. Troke awaits. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch fouled, left side out of play. Troke down 0-1.
Little kid wearing a James Wood jersey is nice to see, as Nats fans these days will be growing up with someone they'll hopefully watch for many, many years as their idol.
Unfortunately, that won't be the case. The Lerners will trade him in about 4 years. 0-1 pitch. Heater upstairs, evens the count, 1-1. On the bright side, they'll have another home run derby champion in D.C. James Wood participating.
Calling the shot.
Calling the shot. He won't be a national in 4 years, but he'll win the home run derby next week.
It's a weird group of guys. Kind of a random assortment.
1-1 line drive right to Kiefer off his glove. Into scores Gagan. Everybody's safe. It's 3-0 Senators. Troke with the single. Drives in a run. But man, if Luke Kiefer comes up with that catch at second, Flores was already off and running. He makes the play, tosses to first. That ends the inning.
It's a hard hit ball.
I think it's probably an error. It was added.
Yeah, but one that he'll probably want back.
A play you'd expect Kiefer to make. First pitch to Logan Tribble upstairs, 1-0.
And he reached first time on what I called an error by Kiefer, but we're having some difference of opinion here. I thought the first ground ball that Stroke was able to reach was more of a mistake. But regardless, both plays, he's reached twice on 2 plays that Kiefer would have liked to make.
Tribble skies at right field. Swanson under it. Tagging is Flores. Throwing to third, well in front of the base. As a result, Troke takes second. Awkward decision from Coy Swanson. Never had a chance to throw out Flores. He was deep in right field, hauled back, tossed it to third. As a result, Adam Troke saw the throw skying in. It was a rainbow toss. Takes second base. So 2 men in scoring position for the Senators now. Steven Krause at the dish. Lefty batter facing the righty Zabo. 2 men in scoring position. Southern Maryland already up 3-0. Fastball in on the hand, swing and a miss. Krause down 0-1. It's Flores on third, Troke on second. Normal depth for the Cropdusters infield. 0-1 pitch upstairs, 1-1. Zabo set, kicks, fires, broken bat, roll over to Klein at first. He scoops it, touches the bag, and the inning is over. Southern Maryland extends their lead to 3 in the top of the second. It's 3-0 Senators as we head to the bottom half of the inning.
And a strange inning. I mean, it started with, borderline. I would call it an error on Cromartie. I think no need for him to, make this to play the way he did. And hit by pitch, which of course is on Sabo. Then, that play that could have been made, and then, you see a run come across. Definitely a different inning. Could have been, could have had a different result.
Instead, the Cropdusters find themselves in a hole down 3-0. They're facing a pitcher who, compared to the remainder of the league, seems nearly unhittable. If he can continue to locate and he can keep the velocity up for a sustained amount of time, wicked stuff from Nick Wimberly on the bump.
But, there was the path to success was shown with the 2 and 3 hitters. Kell hit by pitch. Ahern kind of took some pitches and worked a walk. But then I think we kind of see how that passivity could get the best of you. Luke Kiefer tried to take cold pitches. Instead, he got 3 pitches down the middle. And that's basically how that bat went. So, going to have to find the middle ground between, trying to work the count, but also taking advantage of those pitches in the zone.
Now batting the shortstop, number 25 from BC.
Bottom of the second, Southern Maryland up a trio of runs on Olney. It's 3-0 Senators. Nick Wimberly, right-handed arm for the Senators, back on the bump. Will Henson, the shortstop for the Cropdusters, stands in. Righty-righty matchup. Normal depth for Southern Maryland's infield. It's Henson, Cook, Cromartie due up for the Dusters. Wimberly kicks, fires, fastball fouled back, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider hung on the plate and then broke far out. 3/4 swing from Henson. He just couldn't lay off. Off speed, confusing the Cropdusters hitters so far. Will Henson down 0-2.
I would love to see the overlay of those two pitches next to each other, but I mean, it just shoots to the right. It's sort of like a cutter. It's just, you know, so much fast movement on it.
Imagine throwing a boomerang or a frisbee and just the way it loops at one point or another. Just a complete horizontal cut as Wimberly fires back with a fastball. Henson down looking.
Batting next, the catcher.
Nick Wimberly has retired 4 Cropdusters batters. All of them have been via strikeout. Tyler Cook, a chance to break the streak. Olney still without a hit.
You have to put the ball in play. It's either been a strikeout or a walk.
First pitch fastball well outside to the righty Cook. It's 1-0. One gone, nobody on. In the bottom of the second, Senators up 3-0. Wimberly set. Kicks, delivers. Heater just inside. Make it 2-0. Heater upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. And we've talked about it, Ben. Wimberly has had a tough time bouncing back in counts where he's fallen behind. Struggling to do it again here against Tyler Cook. 3-0 pitch. Heater upstairs. 4 straight 4-seamers. Missed the zone for Nick Wimberly. Tyler Cook draws the 1-out walk. Brings in R.J. Cromartie, who stands in the lefty batter's box.
So already 3 free passes, which is pretty high for only, you know, 1 1/3 out recorded. So, you know, we haven't seen the praises of Wimberly so far, but, you know, not good enough in terms of strike to ball ratio.
Make it 5 straight out of frame. First pitch fastball outside to R.J. Cromartie, 1-0. Wimberly delivers. 4-seamer right down Broadway, called strike. Levels the count 1-1. It's Cook on first. 1 out. In the bottom of the second, Senators up 3-0. Cromartie swing and a miss. Can't connect on the 4-seamer. He's down 1-2.
Really nice pitch. Inside corner, just crowds and speeds up Cromartie.
1-2, fastball away. Squares the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Middle infield for Southern Maryland, pinching second base. Playing for the double play. 2-2 count. Off speed, hits Cromartie. Too much movement on that slider. 22 inches of horizontal break. Cuts well in on Cromartie, drills him in the midsection. Back-to-back base runners for Olney. Tyler Cook on a walk, R.J. Cromartie on a hit by pitch. Similar to what we saw in the bottom of the first with Andrew Kell and Cadron Ahern reaching on back-to-back free passes. Olney could not capitalize then. We'll see if Brian Scott can change the narrative. First pitch heater inside, 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. 2 men on, 1 out. Wimberly fires. Scott did not go around.
And kind of getting squeezed a little bit. Obviously, he's not throwing it in the middle of the plate, but he's missing a couple pitches to Tyler Cook where, the 3-0 pitch Cook thought was a strike. A couple others that seem to have kind of just clipped the top of the zone that he's just not getting the call, but credit to these Olney hitters making him work.
He's tossed 9 balls this inning compared to just 2 strikes after the leadoff strikeout to Will Henson. There's 1 gone. Mound visit concludes for the Senators. Cook's on second. Cromartie is on first. Southern Maryland up 3-0. Scott stands in. 9th hitter for the Cropdusters. Top of the order due up in Coy Swanson. Two-0 count. Pickoff attempt. Lobbed over to second base. Cook back. Standing up. Scott batting .250 on the season. Has a pair of RBIs. 2-0. Fastball right down the middle, called strike. Make it 2-1. Wimberly heads home. Swing and a miss. Outside fastball. Scott can't connect. Levels the count 2-2. Wimberly back on the rubber. Takes the signal from Gagan, comes set. Checks on Scott, heads home. Swing and a miss! 3 straight fastballs overpower Brian Scott. High velocity from Wimberly. And Scott just outmatched. There's 2 gone in the bottom of the second.
I mean, it's been simple so far. If Wimberly's throwing the ball in the zone, it's a strikeout. If he's not, it's a walk or hit by pitch. We'll see if they can make an adjustment. This is now the second time around. They should be able to at least expect that velocity just a little bit more. But so far, the fastball with the mix combo, too good.
First pitch to Coy Swanson, called strike. Right at the knees, he's down 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, 2 outs, 2 men on for the Cropdusters. Wimberly kicks, fires. Swanson fouls it straight back, 0-2. Swanson went down on strikes his first time up. Cropdusters have also already stranded a pair of runners in the first, at risk of doing it again. 0-2 to Swanson. Fastball gets away from Gagan. Cook advances to third. Cromartie over to second. 2 men in scoring position. 1-2 count for Coy Swanson.
It's too much on that one. Unable to consistently find the zone. Still way ahead. Swanson, if he can choke up, do a job. Base hit scores 2, but gotta feel like a high fastball. What we saw Swanson strike out on. If it's thrown well, it's going to be the same result.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! Through 2 innings, Nick Wimberly has struck out 6. And the lead stays 3-0. Senators on top. Dominance from Southern Maryland's righty. We head to the top of the third. Senators a chance to add on to their lead.
Hey fans, it's now time for our Kids Dusting the Bases, sponsored by
I mean, when you have that good of a high fastball that you can locate enough, and then you combine that with that off speed to a left-handed hitter. I mean, we saw, some guys who have great off speed just don't throw it as well to lefties. But man, that is when it's in breaking on the front door. It's really tough to hit.
He's been absolutely lethal so far. So Ben,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was going to say as we head towards the All-Star break of Major League Baseball, any key snubs for you that were left out?
Juan Soto was snubbed. No, Juan Soto, I really do believe he was snubbed. I don't really understand how Fernando Tatis, and Corbin Carroll made it over him. Christopher Sanchez was really snubbed. David Peterson got in, which I'm happy about, and I think a lot of that has to do with Christopher Sanchez pitching on Sunday. But All-Star games should be the best players, and who cares if he's pitching on Sunday? You can't go based on who's going to be available. Christopher Sanchez deserved it, so I'm happy for David Peterson. I mean, he's worked hard and he's having a career year, but I don't think he deserved to make it.
I don't think so either.
He's had a very nice year. Credit. I mean, I'm not gonna, say anything otherwise. Trey Turner also, not to be the biggest Phillies guy. It's for WAR numbers, his WAR was pretty high not to make it. It is a tough position, that shortstop in the National League, of course.
I'll tell you what, even in the NL East, Turner, Abrams, Lindor, that's stacked. Only two of those teams really competing, though.
I was surprised, I thought the Julio Rodriguez
that was going to be mine.
Was disappointing for me. He, he's a star, obviously, so they want to, expand their things. Same thing with Fernando Tatis making it, except the Julio Rodriguez one is even more egregious to make his numbers for, OPS was hovering around 700. And, Ceddanne Rafael is having a really nice year. George Springer's having a good year. There are outfielders that they could have replaced. So I thought that was, quite surprising seeing him in there.
I would tend to agree. That's my biggest gripe this season with who made it was Julio Rodriguez. Steven Krause drew a leadoff walk. First pitch to Carter Grown. Rather, it was Syracuse who drew the walk. He took second base on a steal. Carter Grown at the plate. First pitch was a called strike. Senators up 3-0. Zach Szabo back on the bump. Righty-righty matchup to Grown. Hard line drive down the line. Nice play, Cromartie. Play at third. Got him! R.J. Cromartie, backhand diving stop behind the third base bag. Danny Surovic running from second, trying to take the base. R.J. Cromartie leaps towards him, tags him out, gets the lead runner. There's one gone. Grown takes over on first. On the fielder's choice. Ball looked like it was heading towards the outfield. Surovic, a base running miscue.
And that is an absolutely awesome play from Cromartie. I mean, not only just stopping the ball, keep saving extra bases, saving a run, but having the wherewithal to pick himself up and not just throw to first. See that the runner is on his way to him and make the diving play. What an outstanding play at all facets. Baseball smarts and also just ability. Awesome job by Cromartie, who's played a great third base all year.
It really has, and when there was that discussion prior to the Thunderbolts game as to who would get the start on third, obviously Aiden Fry got it, and he capitalized with a 3-run home run in the 8th inning to break that contest open, but it was a debate between coaches as to do we go with the more sure-handed fielder in Cromartie, who's been stellar at the hot corner all season, or do we go to Aiden Fry, who we have a little more faith in his bat thanks to his recent hot streak. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Phillips. Second strikeout of the night for Zabo, both coming against MJ Phillips. There's 2 gone. Carter Groen on first. Jack Gagan stands in. Zabo set. Kicks, fires. Fastball called strike, paints the outer edge. 0-1.
Pitching with confidence this inning, trusting his fastball. And this is an important inning, Kind of been bending, not breaking those first 2, giving up 3 runs, but putting up a 0 here could extend him to maybe a 4th inning, and would be important just to keep this game where it is right now.
0-1. Fastball low, evens the count. Fastball's been better at locating this inning, but the velocity has dipped. We saw 92, 93 from Zabo early on this inning, topping out around 89. 1-1 pitch, broken bat. Foul ball down the first base line. Maybe not broken. Gagan. Oh, no, it is.
I think he was trying to hold on, but yeah, that no doubt about it. That thing was broken.
He takes a new piece of wood. Rubs it down with some pine tar.
Not necessarily what that. Couldn't tell you what that tune was. It kind of sounded like a They Might Be Giants song. Not sure if you're familiar, but don't believe it was. Would be too random.
Off goes the runner, called strike 3. Didn't matter. Not sure of the tune, but we're singing Zach Zabo's praises after 3 innings. Retires back-to-back batters to escape a scoreless top of the 3rd. Senators still lead by a trio of runs. It's 3-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning.
And Zach Zabo is very much a starter. So now that he's through 3 innings, coming off his best inning, we'll see if Coach Leader and co. will think about giving him that 4th inning of work. I think he, certainly made a decent argument for being worthy of a 4th.
Why not? Settling in. Right now, I think you've got to focus more on your bats. Just incapable of putting anything that Nick Wimberly tosses in play.
And it's been a weird outing so far. I mean, you look at one side seems so dominant just in terms of it being 6 strikeouts. But there's also the element of 4 guys reaching base all via the free pass in just 2 innings, which is, not a good, that's a 2 whip, which is pretty terrible. Certainly would not, lead to finding success at the major league level or less than that. But when you can strike out guys the way you can, it doesn't necessarily matter. But you'd expect the velocity to go down and these smart hitters to make adjustments. So we'll see what happens first, if he's able to find the zone or if the Cropdusters hitters can kind of adjust. And it'll be Andrew Kell maybe looking for some revenge after getting drilled by a 94-mile-an-hour fastball his first time about.
Extended his on-base streak to 13, a chance to get his first knock of the evening. First knock for the Cropdusters, period. Bottom of the 3rd. Cropdusters trail 3-0. Nick Wimberly back on the bump for the Senators. He's gone 2 innings, has allowed no hits, has recorded 6 outs, all via the K. They'll face 2, 3, 4 in the bottom of the 3rd. Andrew Kell, first man up for Olney. Righty-righty matchup. Wimberly set, kick, swing and a miss. Fastball too much for Andrew Kell. Up and in. He's down 0-1. Wimberly set. Exhales, kicks, delivers. Heater upstairs. Misses high. Levels the count 1-1.
And as expected, the velocity already dropping down just a tad, from that 93, 94 to 90, 91. Still good velocity, but again, he'll be able to less and less just rely on the speed.
Breaking ball chopped. Third baseman Surovic throwing the run. What a play!
Seems like the umpire was extending his arms to call safe and changed it to call him out, which is certainly just going to add fuel to the fire of the safe attempt.
Andrew Kell has not gone back to the first base dugout. Now he does. It was essentially a swinging bunt. Danny Surovic in from third, scoops it and throws a piss missile on the run to retire Andrew Kell.
I sort of thought he was out by maybe just a half step, but again, it doesn't help when the umpire's got to be assured of himself when he starts to motion for safe and then change it. Of course, people are going to be up in arms about it.
That's the first time that the Cropdusters have recorded a contact out. Cadron Ahern stands in,
And
swing and a miss.
It came on the off-speed pitch, so we're still yet to see any contact on the fastball.
I also thought he was out, but you can take a pause as the umpire. Showing safe and then pulling back makes it an awkward sort of call. He seems unsure of himself, and therefore the call seems naturally controversial.
Yeah, it makes it tougher, and also just gives players and coaches grounds to argue on.
It's 2-1 to Cadron Ahern, righty-lefty matchup. Breaking ball just misses outside, 3-1.
Ahern already walked once today. Again, that patient approach, especially against someone like this, will always be how Ahern approaches his at-bats.
At the very least, you work up Wimberly's pitch count. 3-1. Fastball up and away. Nice job by Ahern to lay off the high cheese. He draws his second walk of the contest. Brings in Luke Kiefer, who had quite the contrary at bat his first time up. Was completely overwhelmed by the fastballs. Watch 3 of them go by, 2 right down the middle. A chance for revenge. Runner on first, Cropdusters down 3.
If I'm Wimberly, I'm going to remember that. And maybe I'll go first pitch fastball, but after that, I take advantage of his lack of aggressiveness. He's going to try to change it around. I'd go off speed just to kind of play with him just a little bit.
He goes first pitch fastball, pulls it too far, misses outside to the righty Kiefer. It's 1-0. Ahern about 7 feet off the first base bag. 1-0 pitch, up and out, 2-0.
It's really been a battle to find the strike zone all outing. 5 free passes already, and 2 1/3. Got to bounce back to Kiefer.
Cropdusters working that pitch count up to try and dig into that Southern Maryland bullpen. Fastball called strike in on the hands of Kiefer. It's 2-1. Wimberly set. Kicks, delivers. Fastball upstairs. Hitters count 3-1 to Luke Kiefer.
And it's got to be so frustrating as, a coach or a teammate of Wimberly. And Wimberly himself, if you're throwing a strike, you're going to have success. But that's the question. Can you just get it in the zone?
Swing and a miss. Got it in the zone there. Kiefer took a hack at it. Couldn't connect. Count full 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Fastball outside. Kiefer draws the walk. Back-to-back balls on bases given up by Nick Wimberly. 2 men on. Cadron Ahern on second. Luke Kiefer on first. Another mound visit to Nick Wimberly.
Bullpen is empty. And you look at their dugout. There's usually you see like a full bullpen of pitchers and a pretty full dugout. There's not a lot of guys. You know, I think they're really gonna have their. This is a second mound visit in, you know, in 2 outs. I want to say. So they are. I think they're really trying to emphasize Wimberley. We need you. You know, it's this is not a full roster. Maybe I'm reading into it, but this is like usually you just see more guys physically. So they're hoping for more out of Wimberley, but if it's not possible, it's not possible. As you're going to start seeing guys stretching the bullpen.
It's slim pickings right now in terms of depth. Cropdusters have their entire bullpen, their dugout stacked. And they travel that way too to away games. Right now, Southern Maryland a little depleted. Rowan Klein stands into the lefty batter's box. 2 men on, 1 out. First pitch from Wimberley. Skied left side foul. 0-1. It's Ahern on second base, Kiefer on first. Righty Nick Wimberley on the bump. Southern Maryland up 3-0 on the Cropdusters. Slider snaps right in frame. Beautiful off speed, makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss. Klein down for the second time tonight on strikes. Make it 7 for Nick Wimberley. There's 2 gone.
I mean, he's got an above 62% whiff rate on fastballs. That is, I mean, it's absurd. That's when his fastball is swung at not just half the time, much more than half the time. It's a swing and a miss, which is, you know, absurd.
There's another. Henson. Say it with me. Swing and a miss.
And, you know, we don't know how many it's been in this game, but I think he's already reaching, you know, towards the top of just whiff. You know, you get to over 15, 16 whiffs in a game, and you add an impressive total, and we're seeing that through early work.
Another one. Henson cuts through that fastball, cannot connect. 93 from Wimberley. Will Henson down 0-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Show us the numbers, because Nick Wimberley is cutting through the Cropdusters lineup. 8 strikeouts in 3 innings, has yet to allow a hit. Senators up 3-0 on the Cropdusters as we head to the top of the 4th.
Really, really, really impressive. And these mound visits have worked wonders. Back-to-back innings where he's gotten in trouble, but the mound visit seemingly has calmed him down. And we're going to see a pitching change, so it will only be 3 innings.
Mike Costello taking over on the bump for the Cropdusters.
This is the Fox School of Business. Call to the bullpen. Now pitching for your Cropdusters. From Millersville University, wearing jersey number 20, Mike Costello.
Costello, his 7th appearance this season. His previous 6, he's tossed 7 in the 3rd. Has allowed 11 hits, 10 runs, 7 of which have been earned. He's walked 7 as well as struck out 7. He's 0-1 with an 8.59 ERA. Big numbers here, Ben. Opponents hitting .344 against him. His whip, 2.44. Not great.
Not great at all. And a situation now, you know, weird. only the 4th inning, but again, 7-inning ball game. Gotta keep it here at 3. And of course, you're never gonna say this as a pitcher, but when you come into the game or when you're pitching against someone who is just dominating your offense, it's kind of hard to have the same motivation. Obviously, it has to be inner, but it's saying, I'm pitching this game to keep it close so my hitters can, do something. But my lineup hasn't necessarily shown me that they will do something. But you gotta find ways to wipe that thinking out of your mind.
There's a woman with a voice who's really echoing throughout the stadium. You ever seen Friends, Ben?
I have.
Chandler's first girlfriend?
Janice?
Janice. Top of the 4th, Mike Costello, righty arm. In relief for the Cropdusters, his first inning of work. He'll start it with a 3-0 deficit going up against the 9-hitter Dawson Smale. Righty-lefty matchup. Cromartie in at 3rd. First pitch, fastball outside 1-0. One-0 heater, right at the knees, called strike. Evens the count 1-1. And there's a warning over at the Southern Maryland dugout. Somebody said something that upset the home plate umpire. First time we've really seen an opposing team issued a warning without the Cropdusters being issued one as well.
Indeed. And here's another guy throwing 91, 92 miles an hour. The velocity has just been on for everybody today.
Smale swung through the fastball. He's down 1-2. Another 4-seamer misses away. It's been nothing but heat from Mike Costello. 2 have found the zone, 2 have not. Nobody out, nobody on. Costello in motion, heads home. Swing and a miss. 92, too much for Dawson Smale. He's down on strikes. There's one gone.
Batting next is shortstop number 5 from VCU, Nick Flores.
Nick Flores, top of the order for the Senators. Righty-righty matchup. Southern Maryland up 3-0. First pitch fastball called strike. Costello keeping the 4-seamer right at the knees. 0-1 count. Costello kicks, fires. Another fastball. Just a little too in. Flores takes, squares the count, a ball and a strike.
Not a bad pitch. Just a little bit too far inside.
1-1. Heater in on the hands too much. Make it 2-1. One slider rolled over to Cromartie at 3rd. Throw to first in time. 2 gone.
And not an easy play from Cromartie. Kind of that second hop came right before he was able to get to it, but did a nice job picking it and made a clean throw to first.
Nice job by Costello retiring the first 2 batters he's faced. And for that little chuckle during the call, a lot of Nationals fans in this booth, Ben. You're in the minority. Couple Orioles as well. But Nats finally had a lead as Troke lines one into left center. It falls for a base hit. His second single of the contest means a 2-out base runner for Southern Maryland. But Washington was up 1-0 in the top of the third. One of the few times we've seen them have a lead recently. We just get a score update. 6-1. Statistician Ben kind of whispers in my ear, "Oh my God," and I just could not help it.
You'd figure at this point it wouldn't feel as surprising, right? Just
It's not.
tough going.
It's more just you laugh through the pain at this point. These are really the dog days of sports nationally when you don't have a team to root for. 0-1 to Logan Tribble. Off goes Troke from first. Throw down to second from Cook. Out of Kiefer's glove. Would have had a chance. Ball was right on Troke's helmet. It's the second time tonight we've seen a ball pop out of Luke Kiefer's glove. 1-1 count. Runner on second and Troke. Righty-righty matchup with Tribble at the dish. Off speed, just outside, make it 2-1.
Almost, but again, a good call.
Two, 1 count to Tribble. Costello. Double takes second, now heads home. Heater right at the knees, called strike. Squares the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Top of the fourth. Senators up 3-0.
Crowd getting into it. Big pitch to get out of this inning and keep it at 3-0.
Weak blooper, first base side. Klein makes the catch. And the inning is over. Cropdusters escape the top of the fourth unscathed. Still trail 3-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning.
So back-to-back scoreless innings. Which is exactly what this team needed. Now let's see if they can mount a comeback against Wimberley. You know, they have 7, 8, 9. All guys who have the ability to strike, to fall to the strikeout. But 2 guys did reach base via the free pass. Tyler Cook had a nice walk. Cromartie was hit by a pitch, and Brian Scott struck out. Seems like doing the stretch an inning too early.
Would usually be the middle of the fifth if we're going to keep the same ratio.
Maybe it is due to the fans having already been here for the first 7. Although I will admit, I don't think most of these fans have been here for the length of the first game.
No, but all things considered, a decent crowd for Game 2. Rather energetic, especially with their team trailing by 3, and hasn't really shown a whole lot of life at the plate. Just 1 ball put in play.
Indeed, I think, you get this crowd, again, as we've seen in other crowds so far, they want to cheer, they're looking for excitement. It's up to the Cropdusters to give them stuff to cheer about.
Bottom of the fourth, Cropdusters trail 3-0. Nick Wimberly back on the bump for his 4th inning of work. Through 3 frames, he's allowed no hits, no runs, has recorded 9 outs. 8 of them have been via strikes. Opens up his 4th inning of work against Tyler Cook. Righty-righty matchup. Wimberly comes set. Kicks, fires, fastball, line drive, right side foul. 0-1. 7, 8, 9 due up for Olney. It starts with Tyler Cook. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Foul ball. First base line. Ricochets off the top of the Cropdusters dugout. Cook down 0-2.
keeping it inside to Cook. Good job. When you can throw that high fastball in the inside location, it's tough to do much with it.
And Tyler Cook ripped off his Evo shield and just threw it over to R.J. Cromartie on first. Giving up on that, down 0-2. Four-seamer upstairs. Cook takes a ball and 2 strikes.
So staying with the fastball could be a purpose pitch to set up the off-speed now, but understandably confident just throwing 3 straight fastballs. It's been so dominant tonight.
Nobody has put it in play yet. 1-2 pitch, off-speed, fouled straight back. Nice job by Tyler Cook to stay on that slider. Wicked horizontal break, 18 inches on that pitch. Tailing away from Cook, does enough to stay alive. Still a 1-2 count. Wimberly, swing and a miss. Cook can't connect on the fastball. It's been too much for these Duster hitters. 9 strikeouts so far for Nick Wimberly. He's been absolutely dominant. R.J. Cromartie stands in.
And you have to wonder what it means. I mean, he's had nice strikeout games. 6 innings, struck out 8 in his last outing, and it was dominant. Only 1 hit, 1 walk. Outing before that, 6 innings, 7 Ks. But never anything like this, so certainly doesn't reflect that well on the Cropdusters. Maybe he's feeling a little extra good today, maybe some extra giddy up on his stuff, but I mean, this level of dominance, it's not like that's men amongst boys because they have reached base, but it's like if he's throwing strikes, they just have nothing to do, which is not, a good feeling.
R.J. Cromartie has watched back-to-back fastballs right down the middle. He's down 0-2. Wimberly fires just upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes. We've seen this Cropdusters lineup really only get shut down once like this before, and it was against the Senators in mid-June where they nearly got no hit through 9 innings. Right now, no hits through 3 1/3. 1-2 pitch. Fastball called, strike 3. Make it 10 Ks for Nick Wimberly through 3 2/3 innings. Flow State stuff. Every Cropdusters batter except Cadron Ahern and Andrew Kell have gone down on strikes at least once.
Gotta find a way to change something up because it's just not working. And of course, there's always that fear of sitting on the fastball because then you could see the slider, but sometimes you have to settle out. When he's throwing the fastball like 75-80% of the time, you just have to settle out. Find a way to be on time. Shorten up. Do something.
Scott not on time on that fastball. Swung right through it. Evens the count 1-1. He took a first pitch high. Righty-righty matchup. 1-1 pitch. Wimberly. Swing and a miss. Too much for Brian Scott. 1-2. Wimberly set. Kicks, delivers. Just outside.
Oh, wow. It was in the zone.
Jack Gagan began to walk off the field. Bad call by the home plate umpire. It's a 2-2 count. Wimberly set. Kicks, delivers. Slider, just low. Count full, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Bad call, didn't matter. Nick Wimberly has 10 Ks. He strikes out the side. 11 Ks rather. I'm selling him short. He's just that good. It's a 3-0 ball game as we head to the top of the 5th. Unbelievable stuff from Wimberly.
And he's in the biggest groove he's been in all outing so far. 5 straight guys have gone via the punch out. Before that, he had a streak of 3 strikeouts, but then he had a walk and hit by a pitch. But it seems to have found that command a little bit now. 5 straight guys, 5 straight batters. You know, it's not a situation where you're taking walks out of the equation. It's just the last 5 guys have all struck out. 2 impressive. Just wow. And you look at his numbers at Florida Atlantic. I mean, he was good. 18 innings, 22 strikeouts, which is solid. He did give up 15 hits, though, so he certainly wasn't unhittable. 14 walks, so not like it was incredibly dominant. Pretty short outings in that, too, which is impressive here. You know, pitch count-wise, not very big. He only threw 364 pitches. They kind of extended him a little bit later as the season went along, but never went more than 3 innings. Although you are seeing this summer, he's gone 6 his last 2 outings, so expect more of the same with that.
If he takes a no-hitter after 6, there's no way they don't let him go 7. There's no arm right now up in the Senators' bullpen. He's coming back out for the 5th.
Now batting for the Senators, the designated hitter number 2 from Binghamton University, Stephen Krause.
Top of the 5th, Mike Costello back on the bump. First pitch inside. It's 1-0. Costello retired to the side in his first inning. Pitch to Stephen Krause, misses in.
Despite how dominant he's been, he's not done what Brandon Young did against the Mets, getting that immaculate inning. Certainly seems like he could do it. Just all about commanding the zone.
I got done working and I saw that had happened, so I texted you knowing you were at the game, and your response, and I quote, actually let me pull it up before I literally quote this. It's a 3-0 count.
Not the way Costello wanted to start the inning, just missing well outside.
Leadoff walk to Steve Krause in the top of the 5th. Brings up Danny Surovic. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI double. Righty-lefty matchup, Surovic the lefty. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball outside. Surovic can't connect. He's down 0-1. You said by him too, with a laughing face.
I mean, can you blame me? It was infuriating for those couple innings. It was this guy who has just been absolutely destroyed by everyone he's faced, and suddenly he's looking like prime Jacob deGrom against the Mets. It was ridiculous, and then the immaculate inning just made matters worse.
Mets still came out with the win. That's all that'll be
right.
remembered in your scorebook, I suppose.
Oh, I won't forget the immaculate inning, believe you me.
0-2 to Surovic. Ricochets off the glove of Cook. Krause takes second. Cook, really no excuse on that miss. Breaking ball just tipped off his glove. It wasn't too far in, wasn't too far out. Slightly inside to the lefty Surovic. Cook just couldn't corral it. Gives up a free base. Runner on second, nobody out. Senators already up 3-0. Cropdusters don't even have a hit. They can't afford to give up another run. Fastball upstairs. Cook snags that one. Count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Four-seamer away. Count full 3-2. Costello in a jam. Nobody out, runner on second. Payoff pitch to Danny Surwick. And fastball skied left side out of play into the dugout, or bullpen rather, of the Senators. Still a 3-2 count. We'll do it all over again.
I'm looking into that bullpen. You see some guys stretching, but still very loose. Like you said, the fifth inning is all whip release, and if it's a quality inning, got to keep them going.
If he weren't 3-2, called strike 3. Slider coats the outside edge. Key out for Mike Costello. There's one gone. Still a runner on second in the top of the fifth. What I was going to say, Ben, is that if he hadn't tossed so many walks and worked so many counts full, this wouldn't be a problem. It's just the pitch count is relatively high right now. As we're dealing with an emergency situation, there's a bug in the booth. We are trying to get it out as Carter Grown skies one to center field. Under it is Brian Scott. He makes the catch. 2 gone. Is the bug gone? The bug is still in the booth. We're living in troubled times right now, Ben.
That we are.
MJ Phillips stands in. Runner on second, 2 outs. First pitch fastball right down Broadway, called strike. Oh, 1 to Phillips. Off speed, below the knees. Phillips takes it's 1-1.
And similar to what we saw in Game 1, after those first 2 innings of the Dusters pitchers gave up runs, they were able to put up zeros. Only difference is in this one, the lineup hasn't backed it up.
Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. It's 1-2. Costello trying to keep this lead for the Senators at 3. 1-2 pitch. Just low. Skips off home plate, 2-2. And in case you were wondering, we are having a hard time finding the bug. It's still somewhere in here. Everybody's moving around. Right now we're focused on Costello. 2-2 pitch. Inside. Phillips had to backpedal to get out of the way. Count full, 3-2. 2 outs. Runner on second in Kraus. Payoff pitch, 2 outs, 3-2 count. Fastball drilled out to right center, back at the wall. Swanson at the warning track makes the catch. Literally feet short of a home run. Went 338. Likely needed 3 more to go over the wall. Instead, it stays a 3-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, hit 101 miles an hour off the bat. Ball was absolutely drilled, but fortunately for Costello, nothing happening. So we go to another inning, and I wonder if we'll see some pinch hitters.
You have to at some point, I would suppose. This has been a rough go for the Cropdusters. No hits. And this is not their strongest lineup by any means. Only 1 hitter in the lineup batting over 300. That's Andrew Kell. Everybody else well below. And several of these guys are hitting even below 200.
Safe to say it's not their strongest lineup.
6 players in the Cropdusters lineup are batting below 200. Swanson, Kiefer, Klein, Henson, Cook, Cromartie, all batting below 200.
Looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter from the first batter.
11 times they have been retired on strikes.
It appears that Austin Stalker is getting ready to hit. Would be in place of Coy Swanson.
We've already seen Stalker play the outfield today. He had a hot start. You have to look maybe if we get down towards the lineup. Luke Kiefer has seemed confused at the plate at times, and Walker Zampella might be the hottest bat on this team. Does he get the call as well? Bottom of the 5th, Cropdusters trail 3-0, and they haven't just tallied a goose egg in the score column. They're getting no hit right now by Nick Wimberly, who's out for his 5th inning of work. He's retired 12 Cropdusters, 11 of which have come on strikes. Pinch hitter for Olney. Austin Stalker taking over for Coy Swanson to lead us off in the bottom of the 5th. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch, swing and a miss. Stalker can't connect on the fastball. He's down 0-1.
And it's not just the velocity. I mean, it's 90 miles an hour, which you see a lot, but it's just it's hidden. It comes out, you know, strangely. And I would love to talk to some of these hitters because, you know, I'm gonna have to wait a couple days before it's not fresh. But I'm really interested. What about him is just so tough to hit? Because we've seen high velocity before, but just has not been like this.
Fastball called strike, outer part of the plate. Stalker down 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 6 straight Ks for Nick Wimberly. Make it an even dozen on the evening. He is in a flow state. Andrew Kell stands in, the only man for the Cropdusters to put a ball in play so far.
And it was on an off-speed pitch. Slider on the outside part of the zone that he almost beat out, but grounded out.
Wimberly set, kicks, fires, slider, just misses low. Dip below the knees of Kell, it's 1-0. Pitch, fastball, also low. 2-0 to Andrew Kell. Kell 0 for 1 was hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out in the third. Wimberly fires, fastball, fouled straight back. It's 2-1. Cager and Ahern waits in the on-deck circle. 2-1 to Kell, righty-righty matchup. Fastball high and out, make it 3-1.
And, you know, Kell's someone who doesn't necessarily look blown away by the velocity. Of course, it's so impressive, and this has just been a pitching clinic. But Kell is someone who knows how to adjust and catch up to even velocity of this speed.
3-1 to Kell. Fastball just outside. Andrew Kell on for the second time tonight. Draws the 1-out walk. Runner on first for Cager and Ahern. Ahern, the only Cropduster tonight to have not been retired. And we'll get another mound visit. These have worked so far. I wonder if we're going to get a pitching change, Ben. Couple arms tossing in the bullpen, but nobody seriously throwing. It doesn't seem like the ball was going to be taken from Wimberly.
Does not seem that way. Maybe they're telling him, you know, this is your inning. Whether it's true or not, trying to just power through a little bit longer.
And we have inclination as to a pinch hitter that might be coming up. Jimmy Kirk appears as if he'll take over for Roan Klein at first base. He's getting loose. He's in the hole. It's Ahern at the dish, Kiefer on deck, then it will be Jimmy Kirk. Righty-lefty matchup, Ahern the lefty. Normal depth for the Senators infield. Kell on first. First pitch to Ahern, inside fastball, miss, 1-0. Middle infield pinching towards second. Fastball right down Broadway, called strike. Evens the count, 1-1.
Ahern not necessarily having the most aggressive approach, and you can't blame him. It's worked so far. 2 walks.
A ball and a strike. Ahern awaits. Heater low. It's 2-1. Cropdusters trail 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Still searching for their first knock of the contest.
In a walk here, and things get pretty interesting. That'll probably wouldn't be surprised if that's the end of the line for Wimberley, and then you get the tying run at the dish for the new pitcher.
2-1 fastball. It was in our strike zone. Home plate umpire disagrees. Says it was a little too inside. Count 3-1.
It's a tough call on a pitch that certainly had some plate.
Righty arm in the Senators bullpen. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ahern chases up and out. Count full 3-2.
And he's had such a patient approach, but there kind of went out of his zone. Probably ball 4. Maybe would have been the end of the line. Instead, swings at the pitch from Wimberley.
Payoff pitch, Kell on first. 3-2 count to Ahern. Wimberley kicks, fires, chopped, first base side out of play. We'll do it again. Sound really building the suspense. 3-2 count to Ahern. Wimberley kicks, delivers, swing and a miss.
A baker's dozen for Wimberley.
We need to start hanging signs somewhere on the field. This is one of the best pitching performances I've seen at any level. 14 outs, 13 strikeouts. No hits through 4 2/3. Luke Kiefer at the dish. Off goes Kell from first. Throw down to second. Hits Kell. Stays in front of him. He takes second base. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Luke Kiefer.
No pinch hit for Kiefer. Seems like Zampella could have been one to use, but we're going to get a pinch hitter for Klein. It looks like Jimmy Kirk's on deck, but he might not get a chance to hit this inning unless Kiefer can keep it alive.
It's not even the fact that you're not pinch hitting for Kiefer, who swings and misses on the upstairs fastball, chases way out of the zone. Kiefer has struggled at the plate, but he's also struggled in the field, Ben. He has a pair of errors tonight. 1-1 count, a chance to make up for his early mishap. Swing and a miss, chases out of the zone again. Rough for Luke Kiefer. He's down 1-2. Wimberley kicks, fires, just outside. 93 from Wimberley after 4 2/3. He's still got it.
That's the first 93 we've seen in a while. Dialing it up just a little bit, trying to get a huge K.
2-2 pitch, 2 outs to Wimberley. He comes set. Kiefer awaits. Slider called strike 3. Kiefer moved out of the box, and the slider broke in the zone. Make it 14 strikeouts for Nick Wimberley in 5 innings. The Cropdusters still without a hit.
Double feature Friday Night Lights. Just
It's 3-0 Senators as we head to the 6th.
Game 2. So twice the fun on a great night for baseball. Let's play 2.
And this is something that we really just haven't seen. We've seen some good pitching performances, but man, this takes the cake and then some.
I mean, at times it seems like JV versus varsity.
Yeah, simple as that.
The Cropdusters have nothing. They have nothing. They can't even put it in play.
Nothing? Yeah, they just can't make any adjustments. It's a little bit mind-blowing. I mean, of course these are great pitches, but you'd think guys, they've seen, no disrespect to Wimberly, but they've seen pitchers better than him. I'm sure of it, especially at the Division I level. But man, just today, Wimberly just totally has their number.
It's been a clinic so far. Unbelievable stuff from Nick Wimberly. Mike Costello back out for his 3rd inning of work. He's posted 2 scoreless frames. Top of the 6th, Senators up 3-0 on the Cropdusters. Righty Costello will lead his inning off against the right-handed batter, Jack Gagan. 8-9-1 due up for Southern Maryland.
This is one of those games that you want to frame the scoreboard of. The scorecard, just K. Unbelievable.
First pitch. Low and in, it's 1-0. Heater cuts upstairs and inside, make it 2 balls, no strikes. Normal infield depth for the Cropdusters. Costello from the windup delivers. Fastball skips in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. Three and 0 to Gagan. Costello heads home. Fastball misses and a 4-pitch walk.
Stuff just kind of dying out a little bit as he reaches home plate, unable to get enough. Pound zone. And again, just a weird outing, tough for a pitcher when there's not much to, have confidence in your lineup. And that's continued.
That was going to be my first point, Ben, was the Cropdusters likely aren't even going to go to another arm just because it seems like they're trying to meddle this way back to when they can bat to see if they can even put anything together. Right now it seems like they have no chance. They have a better chance right now, it seems, of finding water in a desert than it seems of scoring 3 runs.
And it's just strange. I mean, last inning you had the walk. There was a chance for 2 runners on. It's unclear how much farther Wimberly's going to go, so that is the one, kind of bright spot. He comes out of the game and it becomes a whole different ball game.
1-1 line drive left field. On the run, it's off the glove. Andrew Kell can't make the catch. Or rather, Austin Stalker in left. Fielding mishap. Everybody's safe. Stalker got turned around. It tipped off his glove. Landed in fair territory. Into second goes Dawson. Smale over to third is Jack Gagan. 2 men in scoring position. Nobody out for the Senators. Cropdusters, not much to comment on in a very positive manner in this contest.
We saw Stalker, make some nice plays in game 1, but unable to follow through in this one. And relatively routine. Looked anything but for him there.
Should be a routine play. Stalker uncomfortable in the outfield, just can't corral it. 1-0 top of the order. Nick Flores at the dish. Foul ball straight back, evens the count 1-1. Was just late on the four-seamer. It's a ball and a strike. Costello comes set. Flores awaits. 1-1 pitch. Off speed in the dirt. Gets away from Cook, but not too far. Gagan holds it third. Smale is on second. 2-1 count. Four-seamer low, make it 3-1. And I wonder if that was an error or a base hit ruled on Stalker. My guess is an error. Just got it confirmed by our bookkeeper. E7 for Dawson Smale. Ground ball through the glove of Will Henson at short. And then it gets away from Stalker and left. Flores in a rundown. 2-run score. They track him down in between first and second. Little league stuff going on. I said it was JV versus varsity. It might be varsity versus middle school, Ben.
It might just be. I mean, that's as routine gets. Ground ball right to Henson. It seems he just doesn't put his glove down. Gotta make that play. And they're, they're lucky that they were able to get an out on that given the poor throw. And that's one of the farthest away pitches I've ever seen in my life.
Fastball wasn't even close. It went about 30 feet high and 20 feet to the left. Senators up 5-0 after the error by Will Henson. Mike Costello just a bit outside might be an understatement. Man, oh man, did that ball completely slip out of his hand.
I mean, what in the world is going on? On one side, you got a pitcher just totally dominant, but everywhere else in this game, it's just kind of been a bit of a crapshoot.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode. 1-1 to Adam Troke. He took the first pitch, very diligent take.
Got the eye of an eagle to take that pitch.
Another off-speed low. Check swing didn't go around. 2-1. Okay. 2-1 count. And obviously, Ben, we're missing a key thing in this contest. As Troke skies at left side. We're missing the Cotton Eye Joe. It was canceled because the Cropdusters are getting no hit.
They thought it would be tone deaf and sensitive.
I think that's a good sign. Good read. 2-2 pitch. Costello kicks, fires. Ground ball from Troke, right side, out of play. And breaking news, we got the bug.
Got a name for it?
2-2 pitch, fastball, well upstairs. Count full 3-2. Full count 3-2. Costello set, wind up, delivery, line drive, right field, in Kell makes the catch. 2 gone. No guarantee, it seems, with any ball hit and play. That time Andrew Kell comes up with the catch safely. There's 2 gone. Senators up 5-0 in the top of the 6th. Logan Tribble, next man in for Southern Maryland.
Oh my gosh. Another one that sails to the backstop.
I wonder if Costello's at risk of injury with the way he's letting some of these pitches go.
Seriously.
This is just not natural. We haven't seen this at all from him. 1-0. Another fastball high and in. Two balls and no strikes. Costello in motion, heads home. Another high and in. It hits the backstop again. That's at least 5 this inning from Mike Costello. It's a 3-0 count to Logan Tribble.
And this is obviously you're facing a good pitcher, but this really feels like a step back. You hope it's just a blip, but I mean this is a tonal shift in terms of what we've been seeing from the Cropdusters. They've been playing clean baseball, they've been playing fun baseball, but man, this one is anything but, you know, those adjectives.
Adam Leader coming out to talk to Mike Costello. Looks like his night is over. I think that's for the best, Ben. Looks like Costello was at risk of hurting himself.
I believe it's Matt Russell checking into the game.
Matt Russell coming in. While he warms up, we're going to take a step aside momentarily. We'll be back once Russell is on the mound and ready. But as during the warm, we're just going to take a quick break. We'll be back with you in a few moments. Matt Russell taking over for the Cropdusters.
And it's a weird situation. I mean, 2 outs. Don't think he expected to come in mid-inning, especially when there's 2 outs, nobody on. But sort of this chance to get 1 out and go from there. More of a mop-up role, maybe not something he's used to, especially at the high school level where he was often, you know, pitching as an ace or in a big outing. But not every outing is going to be glamorous.
Russell stands in, runner on first. First pitch from Russell, well inside, hits the backstop. It's almost like Mike Costello never came out of the game.
Picking up where Costello left off, and the backup continues to be hit hard tonight.
The backstop has more hits than the Cropdusters do.
By a couple.
1-0 count. Russell delivers fastball fouled straight back. Kraus just a little late. It's 1-1.
And a long pause for Wimberly, but the bullpen does seem quiet, so you'd expect him to stay in the game despite the long inning.
Russell enters this contest with a 2.53 ERA in 10 2/3 innings. 1-1 pitch. Heater inside. Would have been a strike. Cook was set up away, had to reach back in to make the catch. Umpire calls it a ball. It's 2-1. Back to the four-seamer low. Kraus fouls it off. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2. Russell set. Kicks. Fires. Called strike 3. Beautiful breaking ball from Matt Russell. Ends the inning. Senators tally a pair of runs in the top of the 6th. They lead 5-0. Olney still searching for their first hit in the bottom half of the inning. And it looks like we're getting a new pitcher.
So his day is done.
I can't help but be a little disappointed.
So his outing, 5 innings, no hits, 14 strikeouts.
It's one of the best outings I think I've ever seen, Ben.
I mean, who knows? It's obviously pitch count just got the best of him, but if this was a 9-inning game, then the 20 strikeouts could have been on.
But they're going to a guy in Nate Berzonski who has a .056 ERA, or a 0.56 ERA rather. So he just needs to retire 6 batters to finish off the no-hitter, but I can't help but wonder what could have been. Just 7 innings, only 6 more outs left. It's a shame we won't see it.
I think at this point, obviously no-hitters are impressive, but combined no-hitters kind of lose their value. I think that I'm more interested in the strikeout number. I mean, of course, you're at 14. The insane number would be 20. But that is asking a lot. That would mean there's 6 outs on 6 Ks.
It's not unexpected.
But yeah, especially if it was Wimberly, but this is someone who's not as much of a strikeout guy. Only averages 1 K per inning, 16 innings, 16 Ks. But certainly the no-hitter is on.
It's at 10 o'clock tonight. We have to turn the sound off. That doesn't mean you can't give Ford another round of applause. That's where you applaud for Ford. All right, Cropdusters fans, again, we have to turn the sound off at 10 o'clock, but that doesn't mean you can't keep cheering for the Cropdusters.
Velocity not going to be the same. More mid to high 80s compared to the 90s that we were used to in Wimberley.
Nate Berzonski on the bump, taking over for Nick Wimberly, who tossed 5 no-hit innings, struck out 14 batters. It's now up to Berzonski to keep this 5-run lead for the Senators. He'll be going up against the pinch hitter for the Cropdusters. It's Jimmy Kirk. And Nick Berzonski just ran off the mound. Nate Berzonski has left the rubber. And now he's changing his pants. He's taking off his jersey. He's taking off his pants in the bullpen. He is undressing in the bullpen. Unbelievable. He is now redressing. He's doing it quickly. Undershirt on. Here comes the jersey. Now the ball cap. This is unreal.
I feel like
Berzonski seeming to have an issue. He put the shirt on inside out. Now he flips it right and puts it back on. He has to tuck it in. He tucks in the shirt. He has still not left the bullpen. He warmed up and then had to go change. And now here comes Berzonski back out. What an intermission.
I feel like Dave Sims after the Cal Rally walk-off. What a night! What a night! This is quite the night we have had here. It's always game 2 of the doubleheader where stuff just gets crazy. Nick, you're doing your best Kevin Harlan impression.
I was going to say covering the drunk guy on the field.
Exactly.
Jimmy Kirk stands in. We can finally get the bottom of the 6th underway. Berzonski, first pitch, fastball away. It's 1-0.
Real power move. Making the hitter wait. Taking off your pants. Just showing. Saying, I'm in control here. Jimmy Kirk unfazed, baby.
You look good, you play good, I suppose.
Mm.
He knows the magnitude of the moment. No hits for the Cropdusters. If there's going to be pictures taken from this game, he might as well look as handsome as possible. 2-0 to Kirk. Fastball right at the knees, called strike. It's 2-1. Righty-righty matchup. Kirk pinch hitting for Roan Klein. Normal depth for the Southern Maryland infield. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kirk, well ahead of the fastball. He's even the count, 2-2. Two-two. Blooper into center field. Base hit. Jimmy Kirk. There goes the no-hitter. The first batter Nick Wimberly didn't face, and the Cropdusters have their first knock of the contest.
Good hitting on the off-speed pitch, just staying with it, despite getting a little bit fooled, keeping the bat and just flicking it across to get the base knock.
Will Henson stands in. Runner on first, nobody out. Fastball upstairs, Henson takes 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Henson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Siren sounding in the background might be for Berzonski's near charge of public nudity as he was undressing in the left field bullpen just moments before this inning started. It's a 1-1 count to Henson. Kirk on first, about 8 feet off the bag. Kick, fire, Henson skies it. Infield, left side, under it. Third baseman, Surovic makes the catch, 1 gone.
That's a good excuse right there, Seems it could be one of those old-fashioned, like vaudeville comedy things, or one of those silent movies. You run around getting chased by the cops, change outfits, put a baseball uniform on, next thing you know, you're pitching. You're safe.
It's like, I always think Scooby-Doo when that happens. When they're running away from the bad guy in a museum and they put on the museum costumes and act like they're in a display.
Classic. Yeah, you put on baseball pants, cleats, jersey. I think no one's going to look at you twice.
Berzonski tried to pick off Kirk at first. He slid back safely. Tyler Cook at the dish. Righty-righty matchup. One gone. Cropdusters trail by 5. Off goes Kirk to second. Throw down. Ricochets off Kirk's leg. He's safe. Jimmy Kirk doing it all for the Cropdusters offense. He swipes second base. Runner in scoring position for Tyler Cook.
Quite the spark plug by Kirk, the pinch hitter. Base hit, now stolen back.
His second of the season. Tyler Cook stands in 0 for 1. And now we're going to get a temporary pause as Gagan goes to visit Berzonski.
Last shout out to Essays by Molly. Thank you, Essays by Molly.
One 0 to Cook. Berzonski back on the bump. Jimmy Kirk on second. Cropdusters trail 5-0. Cook awaits. Fastball. Called strike.
Despite falling on the pitch, still able to deliver a strike.
Fastball with a lot of velocity off of it. 85. We've seen 89, 88 from Berzonski so far. 1-1 count. Berzonski checks on second, now heads home. Fastball skied, right side foul. Cook down 1-2.
We can't start a new inning after 10 o'clock, can we? After what? After 10? After 10? Wait.
A ball and 2 strikes to Cook. Breaking ball up and out, make it 2-2. Berzonski checks on Kirk, now heads home. Fastball skied, center field. Under it, Trock. Makes the catch, 2 gone. In steps R.J. Cromartie. Lefty bat for the Cropdusters. Facing the righty Berzonski. Kirk on second. Olney trails 5-0. First pitch, check swing. Called strike. 0-1. One to Cromartie. Berzonski kicks, fires, heater, up, 1-1. A ball and a strike to R.J. Cromartie. Berzonski checks on Kirk, now heads home. Fastball inside, 2-1.
And Berzonski just not that same dominance, but gets it out here and, secure, keeps the shutout going through 6 innings. And Cropdusters' offense has just been silenced in this one.
Four-seamer called strike outside part of the plate, 2-2. 2-2 count to R.J. Cromartie. Berzonski steps off the mound to check on Jimmy Kirk. Two-two, swing and a miss. 15 Cropdusters. have gone down on strikes, and they still have yet to tally a run. It's 5-0 as we head to the final inning. Top of the 7th upcoming.
Russell will try to get 3 quick outs and do what he can. Like, the Cropdusters just chasing those 5 runs, but got to get 1 across first.
Different vibe with no music.
No dust in them either.
Has been a lot of chances for that tonight.
No, there has not been.
What a stark contrast from Game 1. Obviously 2 different lineups, but man, you could not have 2 different sides of a coin.
No, you could not. And, again, it's not the worst situation to be in. Cropdusters still sitting relatively pretty in that 2nd spot. And so we saw Kirk and Stalker pinch hit. Wondering if we'll see any more in the next inning.
Have to get through the top of the 7th first. Matt Russell back on the bump, pitched a 1/3 of an inning so far. First pitch, and it hits him. Matt Russell, 1 pitch, 1 hit batter in the top of the 7th. Danny Servik takes first base. Carter Groan stands in. Russell set. Kicks, fires. Fastball called strike.
So, of course, every game is important, but tomorrow, particular importance, playing, that team that they are ahead of. Playing the Thunderbolts on the road. Chance to just make that lead look even safer.
And have you been back to the Thunderbolt Stadium since we took that first trek there early on in the season?
I don't believe I have, actually.
So we both get to reenact our Harry Potter sort of situation sitting under the stairs.
Exciting. And I know you guys are all so happy about the camera angle that we're about to provide for you guys tomorrow. Sorry in advance.
It's certainly not the worst. It's certainly not Metro South County. As fastball right past Carter Groan, 2-2 count. It's a big game for the Cropdusters, really more of a measuring stick as opposed to implicating the standings at this point of the season. Cropdusters a comfortable lead, but both teams have split 2-2 on the season. It's likely to be a postseason matchup, and it's really a measuring stick to see if the Cropdusters are really that dominant. Three-two pitch. Line drive, left field, base hit. On the run, Stalker. Surovic in from second. He will score. Grown into second base, standing up. It's 6-0, Southern Maryland.
And Russell just not having the same dominance we've seen previously. And it's a tough outing for the young kid. I mean, he's just unclear how many times he's come into a game down, 5-0. It's in the top of the 6th inning. He's used to starting games, so tough to kind of psych himself up the same way he can for those big events.
5-0. That's the first pitch to MJ Phillips is a called strike, but it's not like his team has given him any inclination that they have a chance to win. 1 hit, no runs. Struck out 15 times through 6 innings. You're relying on yourself to motivate you, and sometimes that's just not enough, especially late game 2 of a doubleheader.
Yeah, I mean, the perfect example. It's 10 o'clock, later than we usually play. He's probably hungry, tired, or maybe that's just me, speaking for him and what I'm feeling.
1-1 slider, called strike 2. Russell set. Kicks, delivers, swing and a miss. Down goes Phillips. He struck out 3 times tonight. There's 1 gone. On the bright side, the Cropdusters have struck out 6.
Yeah, the pitching hasn't been a huge issue. Zabo just did not look great today. Costello wasn't dominant or anything, but he found ways to put up zeros, and then of course the inning from hell where just some real rough errors from Stalker and Henson making it difficult.
Ball hits the backstop again. Over to third goes Grown. 2-0 to Jack Gagan. Pitch, fastball 3-0. Russell kicks, delivers, inside. Ball 4.
And Russell just not commanding the zone in this situation. That all you want him to do is just throw strikes. Last thing you want is just kind of strand the guys out here, but unfortunately what's happening.
Runners in the corners, 1 out. Gagan on first, Grown on third. At the dish, it's Dawson Smale. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball in the zone, Smale over top, it's 0-1. Breaking ball, skied, left field, on the run, Stalker. It's not an easy play. Makes the catch, runs into the wall. Scoring from third is Grown. Throw goes into second. Gagan did not tag. 2 gone. Score now 7-0.
Been a mixed bag for Stalker. Had to cover a lot of ground and made a nice, tough catch there. He's also, struggled on that one play, but, certainly getting tested in that left field spot.
Top of the order, it's Nick Flores. Russell kicks, delivers, off speed, outside, 1-0. On first is Gagan. Awaiting is Flores. Fastball skied, right side out of play, evens the count, of ball and a strike.
The kids who are still here past their bedtime, still chasing after the balls, gotta respect it.
Doing the dirty work. 1-1 to Flores. Breaking ball inside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Fastball, foul tip into the glove of Cook. 2-2. Russell set. Heads home. Swing and a miss. Senators, for good measure, tally 2 more. They lead 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Cropdusters down to their final 3 outs.
Doubleheader approaching its end. A split, it's tough to sleep with doubleheader, especially when, they're unclear what the pitching options were. Seems like they're without a couple of their best, whether that be today or for the rest of the season. That is, something we'll be monitoring.
Pitchers have become ever more so delicately handled since when you and I were younger, Ben. Just crazy to say, but we might never see a pitcher reach 300 wins in his career ever again, just because the distance and the minimum amount of innings they traditionally go. Same thing goes with pitchers at the collegiate level. Head coaches, head managers don't want their guys tossing out their arms in the summer. Inning count, some of these Cropdusters players reaching towards that.
Yeah, it's tough. You think about the best pitchers in baseball these days. I mean, Skeen's almost certainly not going to reach 300 wins on the Pirates.
I don't think Walter Johnson or Pedro Martinez could reach 300 wins on the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a rough franchise.
Brutal. And yeah, it's tough. We're in a weird stage. There is a world where someone goes 6 innings and gets a win on a really good team, but time will tell. As you say, innings are just such a factor these days. You don't really get 20-game winners in general very often anymore.
I was thinking today about how Gio Gonzalez at one point was a 20-game winner as a second or third best arm on a staff.
Yeah, which is just not. And to be fair, that wasn't business as usual. That was very impressive, and that staff was, obviously very good. But it did happen.
But that's not a guy that's talked about in the same category as some of these other elite pitchers. And if a pitcher gets 13, 14 wins in a season, that's Cy Young worthy. And right now, even some of the Cy Young leaders have losing records.
Crazily so.
1-0 to Brian Scott. Fastball skied right side. It's 1-1. It's Berzonski back on the bump. Brian Scott, 9-hitter at the plate. 1-1 count. Berzonski kicks, fires, fastball low and out, make it 2-1.
In DeGrom's incredible 2018 Cy Young year, there was all talk, is he going to finish with a winning record? He ended up doing so, but it was not a given for a while. It took him on the last outing of the year to make sure that happened.
One of the greatest single-season pitching performances of our lifetime.
And the run support was just not there at all, so that's another aspect in the wins.
That's why I'm not upset with it being a sort of forgotten stat at times. It's because it's so dependent on 9 other guys.
Exactly. Yeah, it's hard for me to see how people defend it.
Scott swing and a miss, 1 gone.
And another strikeout, and I believe that's 16.
10 more than what the Cropduster staff has totaled. Only 3 contact outs through 6 1/3. It's Austin Stalker back at the dish. Struck out his first time up. First pitch fastball upstairs. It's 1-0. Heater, just low below the knees. Make it 2-0.
We are approaching that 10:30, getting as close as we can. Playing with fire, but game certainly appears to be, reaching its close.
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, I'd be surprised.
3-0 to Stalker. This can really make things interesting. Down 7, a base runner with 1 gone.
Just like that.
3-0 pitch. Base runner with 1 gone. Austin Stalker draws the walk. Andrew Kell stands in.
Lets him try to just keep his hit streak going, I believe, right?
On base streak is already kept going. I believe his hit streak was only at 2 games entering tonight. Cade Walter had his 5-game hit streak snapped early on. Pickoff attempt of Stalker at first. He's back safely, 1-0. Or 0-0 still to Cal. 1 out. Senators up 7-0. Brzezinski heads home, fastball called strike. Oh, 1 count to Andrew Kell. Heater up, evens the count, a ball and a strike.
Why is he baking over? Keeping Stalker close.
Yeah, it's very important base runner on first base right now. Brzezinski really making sure he doesn't go anywhere. Cropdusters trail 7-0. One and 2 to Cal. Fastball away, evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So, the 7th inning, 1 hitter is what they're on pace for right now. Cal trying to get a first extra base hit maybe of the game.
That would likely bring in the first run. 3 and 2 now to Andrew Kell. Brzezinski struggling to locate. Fastball right down the middle. Kell skies it straight back. We'll do it all over again. 3-2 count.
Long night, huh, Nick?
I'm having a blast.
Glad to hear it.
3 and 2. Line drive, shortstop. Flip to second for 1. Turn to first. In time. 6-4-3. Flores to Smale to Phillips, and just like that, the Senators walk away with a dominant 7-0 victory. The Cropdusters, 1 hit, 3 errors, 16 times down on strikes.
Just unable to make the adjustments to the fastball. Impressive outing from Wimberly, and just unable to ever adjust. 5 innings of dominant work, and nothing really changed after him.
Really a disgusting defeat for Olney. One of the best pitching performances we've seen all season, likely the best in all honesty. But for Ben Gurwitch, I'm Nick King. We'll be back with you tomorrow from Blair High School at 7 o'clock when the Cropdusters take on the Thunderbolts. But until then, we say so long and good night. Cropdusters split the doubleheader against the Senators, lose game 2, 7-0 in dismal fashion.